Hey guys, doing a 150-hour service on the KRX, and just kind of wanted to do a long-term review. I do services every 50 hours just because we beat on it so hard, but just wanted to cover the basic things. And as always, click like and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds. It's free. It's not gonna aggravate you. It'll just help us out with the channel. But this is a 2020 KRX. Obviously the green one. We put a graphic kit on it, but it's the non-California model, thank goodness. Sorry for the guys that do have it, but it's not the end of the world. But overall, this machine has been awesome, guys. We haven't had a lot of the issues that a lot of the teething issues that some people did. We didn't have issues with the axle sliding out. We didn't have the issue with the faceplate on the primary clutch not being torqued down correctly. It's really been good, guys. I mean, we've raced it. We won the race. We raced on it in November, the VXCS race up in Virginia. It's awesome, guys. I mean, they're not the fastest machines out there. The suspension is the best in the business right now. I don't think anybody's gonna convince me otherwise of that after having it for so long. The stock springs do sag out a little bit, but that's with any manufacturer. They just get, lowest bidder springs on there, and it's made for a stock machine. But I checked the valves at 100 hours. They're perfectly fine, and ours, this machine's been raced. It's a test machine. It's been good. I mean, we don't give it any slack. I mean, it's been on the rev limiter more than I care to admit. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's it for the basic machine. I'll kind of go over some of the mods we did since the 50-hour video and what changed. And other than that, I mean, if you got any questions, ask me in the comments, and I'll try to cover them. And I'll go over the few things I didn't like from the factory that we changed, and that should be it. So still got the Kawasaki Sport front bumper and the Warn winch. That's great, no issues there. We have a set of 35s we run a lot, but for general trail riding, I honestly like the 31s. We got a set of 32s on the way. It's just faster and more fun to drive, but when you get in the real technical stuff, 35s are awesome, and they clear. Running the Rockbox mud flaps, Spike Power Sports actually just released a new set that we are on the waiting list to get, and we're actually a dealer for them now. So if you guys want to try out some different mud flaps, check out their website, and we can get them for you at a really good deal. Just email us or call us or anything. Suspension. So the stock spring sagged on ours, and it dropped down to like 12.5 inches or so. Stock was supposed to be around 14. We ran the Bandit Stage 3s. They're awesome springs, high quality, they last. Stock length and everything. You don't have to worry about having a spring compression, nothing to install them. Right now we're running a custom tender spring on all 4 corners that we will be selling very soon, so keep an eye out for that. Still hate the stupid tree kickers that Kawasaki has. I'm probably going to get in there and cut that plate out, because what happens, mud builds up on it. Can't open the door. It's just annoying. The KUTV rock knockers, those are awesome. It keeps rocks from running down your trailer arm or going into your wheel. A lot of people remove the wheel scrapers. I personally think it's a really bad idea, because if you remove the wheel scrapers, then big rocks can get in there and knock big holes in your wheels and rip calipers off and everything. So get a set of trailer arm mud flaps. A couple companies make them. I think Rock Blocks make some, and the KUTV ones have been great. I mean, we've drugged this thing across rocks and everything, and they're fine. The clutch. Kind of missed the mark on the clutch. The stock weights are weak and will start grooving, and that's because of many other issues in the clutch. What we do in our stock primary is still fine. Of course, I got to put a plug in here. This is a stock weight. This one's actually not terrible. You can see the chrome plating starting to chip, but it's really not flat spotted yet. That's a whole nother story, but guys that do a lot of constant speed riding and stuff, you'll start getting grooves towards the end of the weight. And the slider, or excuse me, the rollers aren't rolling like they're supposed to, and it's a nightmare. And then the stock belt's super hard, so we recommend, of course, our weights, which are wider for durability. They're adjustable. It's a different profile, so it really changes the attitude of the machine, and you'll pick up some speed to 60. It doesn't increase your top speed, but you'll pick up a lot of acceleration. And then we recommend the G-Boost belt. Whether you get it from our store or anywhere, guys, get one of these belts. put it on your KRX and quit worrying about that stupid stock belt that's super hard and will aid in grooving the sheaves. But I won't make this a total clutch plug. Did go to 5-point harnesses. We use the Simpson D3s. Stock seat belts are fine, but what these machines are capable of, guys, get some real harnesses in there. You can see 5th points right there. That's our 5th point mount that we make, but whatever way you can get a 5th point in there, I recommend it. A lot of people use the Click 6 Kawasaki ones. They're good too. I just don't trust the retractable harnesses when I need them. Soft Kawasaki rear window works great. The rearview mirror, garbage. Don't like it. It's supposed to have this cool little light on it, but it never works. The mirror function is fine, but the little light that I paid so much money for doesn't work. Stock Kawasaki roof works great. Use seismic rear mirrors. They're awesome. You can smack the crap out of them and they come right back. You can see we even lost the cap there, but the mirror still functions fine. Chinese light bar. Hate light bars. Hate flashy stuff, but it was necessary on some of our rides with a lot of elevation because you're just looking down into the hill you're driving into and not up it. Windshield. So we started out with, I prefer no windshield, but unfortunately that's not realistic. Started out with a Super ATV flip-up windshield. That's really good on other machines I've had that have a more straight A-pillar because the top raises up high enough where you can see out of it. But with the KRX, it's set kind of low, and it was blinding, and it was hard to look up hill climbs and stuff. So we actually switched to the Spike quick release windshield. It's got the vents in it that actually act as defrosters, or you can point it at your face if you're hot. But it's quick release, so you literally take that tab, push it, do that on 4 corners, and it's on and off. That's it. We also installed their windshield wiper on it. Drill a 1/2-inch hole, and you can see the little handle in there. For as cheap as it was, it's definitely worth it. Muffler. Stock muffler is super heavy and gets really hot because it's got the cat in it. You can knock the cat out of it, but then it starts backfiring and does some really annoying things. We like the MBRP because it's a chambered muffler, so you don't have to worry about repacking it. It's like 15 or 16 pounds lighter than the stock one, or maybe 12 or 13, but substantially lighter, doesn't have a cat in it. And we were actually having shock fade on the rear shock because the stock muffler's so huge, it was getting so hot that it was just creating a bunch of heat, and you could really feel it when you were pushing the machine. Flag mounts, when we gotta have flags, Kawasaki put that on there. That's nice. The stock box, I honestly wasn't a huge fan of it initially, but it works. I mean, I wish they made a box that went in the back and then you could put a little tailgate on it and the cooler back here, but they don't. So it is what it is. But the stock box is good. It's worth the money. The lock actually works. They only send you 1 key, which kind of sucks, but it's a good box. Other than that, guys, I mean, like I said, ECU Flash. We've ran all the different ECU Flashes. We landed on the complete off-road power sports flash, the guys out of Texas. It was just the fastest for us. Other ones are great. All the companies, I'm not going to name them, but all the companies you get flashes from are awesome. The complete off-road power sports flash was just a little bit faster, so that's why we landed on that one. Yeah, guys, I mean, A-arm bushings are good. Trailer arm bushings are good. The shock bushings are good. Haven't had any shocks blow out. Haven't had any axle issues. Haven't had the front diff issues, even with the 35s. They're solid. And, you know, you get on the message boards and the forums and Facebook and everywhere, and people complain about, you know, this breaks or that breaks, and all these things are going to break, guys. But unless you've owned a Polaris or a Can-Am or any non-Japanese machine, you don't realize how good you got it when you got one of these things, because you hardly ever have to work on it. Yeah. Oh, and one more thing. We were the first people to do the rollover valve, and there was a lot of guys out here that were saying that, you know, we're going to blow ourselves up and blah, 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 blah. We still got the rollover valve installed, the vent for the tank. Over 100 hours now. Perfectly fine. No hard start issues, no nothing. No leaking gas, no gas fumes. It's fine, guys. Yeah, I feel like Kawasaki did a really good job on this machine, especially the first year. That reminds me back to one thing. I hate doing this in a video, but The stock knuckles and lower A-arms, they had that weird two-stage steering stop, and we got a video on that. Kawasaki, no charge to us, upgraded A-arms and knuckles. If you got a 2020 with the old style knuckles, they'll fix it for you. There is a new clutch part number coming out. I don't think anybody's actually gotten it yet, but we'll see what that does for reliability of the clutching system. But yeah, guys, I mean, if you're thinking about getting a KRX, it's definitely worth it, in my opinion. For the amount of money you pay for such a beefy machine. It's not the fastest, you know, it's not going to win drag races against X3s and turbos, but once you do clutch weights and a flash, it picks up a substantial amount of speed, and they're fun rigs. Best riding rigs you'll get. Kawasaki's been standing behind it, and we of course got the extended warranty with ours, so that gave us 42 months total of warranty. So it's hard to beat, guys. But yeah, any other questions, anything I obviously missed or screwed up in the video, mention it in the comments. We don't get our feelings hurt a lot, so if you just don't like it, tell us. But yeah, thanks guys, and we'll get some more stuff out soon.